Alright, so yeah, I didn't realize Mario Sunshine was actually widescreen in this game, so now I can just display this thing normally, unlike with 64 where I had to zoom in. So yeah, let's get to Mario Sunshine. One of the more odd games Nintendo's ever released. We'll get into why that is. Hold on. Let me see what the deal is. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Welcome to the sun-drenched tropical paradise of...
Okay, let's go. So yeah, 2002, a year after the GameCube came out. I like how they kind of made... They made this kind of interactive. You can't really do anything, but it's just more fun. I really like the controls in Mario Sunshine. They're among the best in the series, in my opinion. We'll see how the controls go. I think it'll be less awkward than Mario 64. So yeah, this will give you an indication of why the game is so weird up front.
What happened? What's this icky paint-like goop? It's moving!
What?
No, boys! Don't touch that stuff!
Wait a minute. There was a... I felt like in the original there was a cutscene when they were actually in the air on the plane and like they were seeing like a commercial for Delfino Plaza. Maybe they took that out? Or wait, no, I think that was just like the
well-being of the princess in this
attract screen that I skipped.
Master Mario, if you would, cross over to that shore and find some assistance.
I'm just messing around just to see the controls. This is before Mario gets the triple, or I mean, not the triple, the flood. But I want to see if he can do the triple jump, which he can. Let's see. Yeah, so they removed the crawling, which is fine, because that was kind of a useless move. You can't kick or punch, which is good, because it's kind of un-Mario-like. Even though it worked in Mario 64, you generally don't want Mario punching and kicking, in my opinion. But yeah, the controls are super smooth in Sunshine. Like, so fluid. You can just easily do all the special moves. It's just like fun to mess around. So they nailed that for sure. But yeah, let's get into the weirder aspects of the game. I guess I had to talk to someone or something. I don't really remember what to do. Okay, so yeah, the camera is so much... Even though this game has camera problems, at least in the GameCube version, it has like a nice 360-degree camera, which 64 does not. And it also has like a centering option, where, kind of like Zelda 64, I don't know why I called it that instead of its actual name, but where the camera will center behind you, which is really helpful. I actually don't remember if the GameCube version has that, or if they added that for this. It's been a few years since I played Sunshine. And I don't have that game as well memorized as 64. So you're gonna see me lost at times, like now.
Power up complete. Thank you for purchasing this item from Gab Science Incorporated. Preparing to register customer information. Scanning and classifying subject data. Subject identified as Mario, resident of the Mushroom Kingdom. Data storage complete. I am Flood, a flash liquidizer auto-dowsing device. I hope to be of assistance. Proceeding with user instruction. Use the button to shoot water from my game.
So yeah, they didn't bother getting the voice acting to be updated for the new button scheme.
Stick to aim in any direction. Press the X button to switch to the hover nozzle. You can then press the button to hover in the air for a short
One of the cool things is that, as he mentioned,
This tank is empty. No
the Flood, I mean, is that it's made by Professor E. Gadd,
refill tank.
which is nice, like,
And press
a nice reference to Luigi's Mansion, which only came out a year before.
Instructions complete. Proceed.
Hell no.
Mario.
Okay, so let's see how this works. Whoa, what's this?
Mario.
It's like a strafe button. Okay, so that's how you stand in place and shoot. But yeah, like, this whole flood mechanic was pretty controversial at the time, and I guess still is in a way. Oops. And, oh yeah, I guess I should move the webcam. Maybe to this side. Okay, but yeah, it was controversial at the time because... And sorry, I'm just gonna talk for a bit and not progress, but, the reason why it was so controversial is that you had this game, Mario 64, which was universally loved at the time. And the same applies to Zelda as well. Kind of comparing the Ocarina of Time to Wind Waker. But you have this beloved Mario game, super innovative, super fearless. You know, they were willing to kind of change the identity of Mario, make it more about grabbing and punching more so than jumping and, you know, whatever. They were very confident with doing that. They weren't really following other games at the time. They really innovated with the camera. You know, even though it was pretty limited at the time, it was easily the best camera for 3D action games when it came out. And then the theme was very universal. Like, I think it was just a more universal game theme-wise, whereas this, you know, it's called Mario Sunshine, which is kind of an odd name. It kind of looks like you're doing janitorial work, which is not kind of what you imagine from a Mario game. so that turned people off immediately. And then you just combine that with the commercial in the US, which was very, even though it was kind of ironic, it was very like, it gave the sense that this game was like really kiddie. I wish I could play it right now, but I just don't know if I have the stream set up for that right now. But that didn't help at all. And then you just combine that with the purple GameCube, which was the kind of the lead color that was advertised for the GameCube. And you look at Zelda, which had the cel-shaded look, which is more accepted now, but was definitely more controversial at the time. And yeah, just based on like all that stuff I just said, I think people were really like kind of turned off by what Nintendo was offering at the time. And it also just coincides with the fact that a lot of people who started playing games on the NES were like reaching their late teens and early 20s. So I think they were at like an age where they were more self-conscious about video games being presented as like kids' toys. So I think there was more of a pushback against like these kind of games, especially when you were seeing games like Halo and Grand Theft Auto come out on consoles. So that didn't help this game or Nintendo or GameCube at all. Yeah, I just think people kind of got this, and also just the fact that Rare was sold off around this time. So like games like GoldenEye and Perfect Dark were no longer going to be Nintendo games. I think that just kind of signaled to some people that they could maybe head to Xbox or PS2. And Xbox kind of did carry that mantle. You know, the N64 was a very Western console in terms of its library. And the Xbox kind of took that market and ran with it and became like the shooter console. So yeah, that kind of sets the stage for this game, hopefully for you guys, in case you weren't around at the time. But yeah, let's continue. I'm still kind of getting used to these controls. And also, just from a game perspective, it just feels like Nintendo didn't know. I guess I can get into that after this, actually. So yeah, in this game you collect shines instead of stars. Very different. I always liked this. Though, famously in the Japanese version it says Shine Get, which they changed for the US version. I kind of wish they kind of put that back in.
Quite an unusual device. Is it some sort of pump?
I am Flood. Glad to meet you.
The story gets weirder from here. Like, Mario gets incarcerated randomly. Like, I mean, I kind of like that the game has like a subtle anti-cop theme going for it, which is weird because Sonic Adventure 2, which came out around the same time, also had that vibe. But it's so weird.
Delfino using some paint-like substance. The accused is charged with polluting our beautiful home, and yes, endangering our very way of life. Indeed.
Yeah, I can comment on this after the cutscene.
Of what is going on. Though it is daytime in Delfino Plaza, our poor residents tremble beneath a veil of darkness.
See, like, this doesn't belong in a Mario game at all. We'll get into that, though, again, after the cutscene.
All of our guardians, the Shine Sprites, have vanished from their gathering spot at the Shine Gate. The reason? It's quite obvious. This horrible graffiti is to blame. Behold this sketch of the perpetrator based on eyewitness descriptions. The truth is obvious. The guilty party sits among us. It is none other than Mario.
Objection!
Overruled. I judge the defendant guilty as charged. I hereby order the defendant to clear
Also
the
a,
island until Isle Delfino is completely
maybe a
cleared.
subtle dig at the
Mario
Japanese
shall not be allowed to leave.
court system.
Court adjourned.
Because it's very, like, guilty until proven innocent
This
in Japan, as far as I know.
predicament, Mario. Data analysis verifies that the island's inhabitants are indeed troubled by pollution, but the pollution itself...
But yeah, just a weird visual to see Mario in jail.
Mario, you witnessed this object at the airstrip, correct? It is a shine sprite. Shine sprites are the source of power on Isle Delfino.
Though, in Wind Waker, Link is also in jail at the beginning, kind of. And that he has to escape out of.
Polluted the island and most of the shine sprites have fled. There is no longer any power to support the peaceful lifestyle of the islanders.
One thing I do like about this is that they make most of the islanders, like, selfish pricks and really unlikable.
Is to keep the island from becoming any dirtier. The perpetrator is likely at work even as we speak. And you, Mario, are being treated as a criminal. Tomorrow we must do our best to resolve this situation.
Hell no.
Go straight that way. You can't miss the mess now. Your first job's to get rid of all that ugliness. And remember, we'll be watching you, pal.
This is pretty dark.
Know if you
Kind of commentary on the American prison system, where you're basically doing, glorified slave labor while you're in prison sometimes. Okay, so yeah, this is now Delfino Plaza. Oh no, it's not fully... There's still stuff to do before it completely opens up. So yeah, we'll get through this part first. I'm getting used to these controls because they are different than the original. Despite the controller being similar to a GameCube controller to some degree. And I might talk about the GameCube controller later. Because this game is very much tied to the GameCube controller. It was thought to be. Oops. Okay, there. Jesus. Okay, yeah, for some reason I'm just doing the same exact thing again. Oh yeah, that's a more effective way to just do this thing. The story hasn't gotten as weird as it will get, though.
Princess, look! On the statue's head!
Peach, how dumb are you? That's clearly not Mario. We'll see how dumb she really gets, though, soon. Well, she could move at any time, but nope. The game still hasn't gotten as weird as it'll get, though. I think it will happen very soon. So yeah, you basically just have to chase him and spray him for a bit. Kind of dumb, to be honest. Like, this happens, like, throughout the game. Not fair! Yeah. I won't reveal who that is, but... should be fairly obvious. Oh no, actually it shouldn't be obvious. I think this is his first appearance. So yeah, he created the first level for you there. It's just like a weird... it's like a weak version of the paintings from Mario 64. They should have made the graffiti, like, cool and interesting, but I don't think they wanted to send the message that graffiti is cool or whatever, like Jet Set Radio, so they made it kind of dull. But yeah, we'll go to the first level. That's a nice thing they added for this game. They show you like a preview of the mission, give you like a hint of where to go, instead of Mario 64 where it's just like complete trial and error. I actually like this level and the music. Here's the thing, if I were to describe this game as like a metaphor, I would say it's like the episode of The Simpsons where there's a hurricane that destroys Ned Flanders' house, and the town comes together to rebuild the house. And initially it seems kind of impressive from the outside, but the deeper you go into the house, you realize it's very shoddily built. That's kind of how I feel about this game. Like, I think the beginning of the game is really good, and just the overall mechanics are really good, but I feel like with how popular the PS2 was and kind of pressure to at least beat the Xbox, they ended up rushing their Mario and Zelda game, and Wind Waker was still a really good game despite being rushed. You really can only tell that it's rushed by the kind of the last part of the game. But in this game, it's very clear that it was rushed, just based on some of the clunky mission designs. The fact that there are so few worlds compared to Mario 64. And that they padded out so much. Like, there's so many missions per world. There's a blue coin system we'll get into in a bit that is so poorly done. Yeah, and there's just so much lack of... There's like a huge lack of polish in this game that feels very un-Nintendo. But for now, I would say it's like a really cool game. So yeah, that's the first blue coin. And they're scattered all throughout the game. And you exchange 10 of them for 1 shine. So if you want to 100% the game, you have to get all the blue coins. And the annoying thing about the blue coins is that there's no way to keep track of the ones you've gotten and what you haven't gotten. And as far as I know, they haven't updated that for this game. It looks mostly untouched. The game, I mean. So yeah, you don't know what you're missing, so you have to really keep track. Like, it's not one of those things where you could play the game for a bit, come back a few weeks later, and then continue. You'll probably just forget everything you did. And also the annoying thing is that Um, the annoying thing is that blue coins will sometimes just show up in very specific missions. So, like, imagine if there was a blue coin that only showed up in the 4th mission of this stage. Like, how would you know that unless you're using a guide or just completely, like, explored 100% of the game in every mission, which would take, like, hundreds of hours. It's just really sloppily designed, in my opinion. Well, in a lot of people's opinions, it's not just mine. So it's unfortunate that Mario Sunshine was kind of a casualty of kind of the GameCube's poor performance. I think Nintendo thought it would be doing a lot better because they, you know, they really tried to front load the launch with good GameCube games. Like think about what came out for GameCube, like, early on. It launched with Luigi's Mansion, Wave Race, which is not that good, but it's something. Rogue Squadron, or Rogue Leader, rather, and Super Monkey Ball, and some good third-party games like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. So... And then 1 month after launch in the US, there was Super Smash Bros. Melee, which was, I would say, their best game they released on the system. And then Pikmin. And then in 2002, there was Metroid Prime, which was a really, like, AAA, innovative, really impressive looking game. So they had a pretty damn good library early on. So I think they thought they'd be doing better, but I guess it was struggling, so maybe they fast-tracked this Mario Sunshine release. And Wind Waker. Both came out in 2002 in Japan. Wind Waker came out in 2003 in the US. But yeah, it was really unfortunate, because I think that really hurt the GameCube long term, just to not have that major Mario game you could recommend to anyone. Instead of just, like, even though I would still say this is, like, maybe a good game instead of a great game, it's something where there are, like, a lot of caveats. It's like, yeah, you might like this game, but ... you know? Whereas with, like, Mario or Zelda Ocarina of Time, it's like, you could recommend that to anyone, really. So yeah, those were unfortunate at the time. And it really negatively affected perception of the GameCube, just to not have that Mario game. And we'll see with Galaxy kind of what they had learned from Sunshine, and I think they kind of realized what makes a good Mario game. And I should say that they did. Well, I guess I'll get into that more when we get to Galaxy tomorrow, because I will be streaming that tomorrow to complete the trilogy of streams I'm doing for this release. But yeah, I think one of the gauges I can do to kind of prove kind of the disappointment of Mario Sunshine is that, like, in every generation before and pretty much after, if you were to list the best games of a generation, people would probably put Mario near the top of the list for every generation. Like, with the NES, you'd probably put, at minimum, Super Mario Bros. 3 near or at the top of that generation, and then maybe Super Mario Bros. 1 and 2. You know, Super Nintendo, Super Mario World is certainly one of the best games of that generation. 64, Mario 64, easily one of the best games of that generation, so you wouldn't really say that for Sunshine, though. So I think that really kind of indicates what I'm talking about, that it just wasn't up to par. And I know that kind of the younger generation, like Gen Z, like they really like Mario Sunshine, but I mean, I think there's a kernel of greatness in this game. Again, I think the beginning is really solid, just because the mechanics are so good, and I like the worlds for the most part. But again, the more you play it, kind of the more kind of creaky it is, and you realize it's kind of just put together with like duct tape and stuff like that. So I hope that lengthy explanation kind of gives you an idea of kind of what it felt like at the time. Though I will say I feel like this game was underrated when it came out, just because I feel like the hate went too far, like with Wind Waker. Though now I would say it's probably a little overrated, just because I feel like Gen Z has kind of taken over the discourse for this game to make it seem like it's better than it is. But again, like, the good moments do stick in your mind, though. There's just a lot of cool stuff about the game, so it's that much more of a shame that it didn't live up to that potential. Yeah, and just because I haven't pointed it out yet, yeah, like this flood mechanic where you can kind of like hover in the air for a bit, it builds off what I was talking about in yesterday's stream with Mario 64, where you know, Nintendo realized that jumping in a 3D space is really hard to do accurately, so they gave you a little more leniency by giving you the flood and this hovering mechanic, so you can kind of gauge your jump more, which I think was really smart. And just makes the game a little bit more vertical. And I didn't really give my thoughts on the port itself of Mario 64 yesterday, so I should just say that overall I think the game, it looks good, it looks sharp, I like the graphics. I definitely didn't want them to change Mario's model and like stuff like that. So I think the complaints people had about like the frame rate or kind of the quote-unquote effort they put into the graphics or lack thereof, I think that's overblown. What I think people should be commenting on is the controls, or are the controls, just because the fact that they map the C button camera stuff to an analog stick is really clumsy in my opinion, just because the way the Mario camera works, it's not like a smooth 360-degree camera. It's like a very jerky, not jerky, but it like instantly swings to a certain position, and it's not fully 360 degrees. It's like pretty limited, so I feel like if you're a new player and you use the stick to control the camera, there'll be like a disconnect there, because you kind of get the sensation, like the fact that there's an analog stick might give you the indication that there is full camera control, but when there's not, it just feels like it's frustrating and limited. So, and I don't know how they could have changed that, or like fixed that without actually changing the camera itself, just because, you know, the N64 controller is just really unique, for better and worse. So it's hard to replicate the C buttons without using the N64 controller, unfortunately. So yeah, I think that's my major issue with the port. But otherwise, I think it's really good. I I do like that this game, I think, introduced P.D. Piranha. How convenient that you fall into like a boss arena. I remember this is the part I played at EB Games at the mall when they used to have kiosks at EB / GameStop. And again, like this boss music, like I love it just because it sounds like a toddler's having a temper tantrum. It's just like a really funny boss theme. It kind of like to the like self-conscious like 20-year-old gamer or whatever, they might think it's a little too kiddie for them. So again, that kind of adds to the kind of kiddie quote-unquote problem Nintendo had image-wise. It's not much of a thing anymore just because I feel like people know what Nintendo is now. I think people just assumed that Nintendo would follow all the gaming trends and like, oh, like, they'll make a violent Mario game now because that's how games are. Oh, whoops. That's how games are now, but Nintendo just does what they do. They don't really care as much about like industry trends. But yeah, so like this kind of stuff I was actually a fan of. Like, as much criticism as I have of Sunshine, like I actually like stuff like this. Like, I like the Flood, I like... Oh, crap. Okay, I'm really sucking here. I don't feel... Like, the button scheme is like... It feels kind of weird to me. Oops. I'm glad I don't get hurt for that. Oops. I'm really doing poorly. Okay, well, that's... I think I have to, like, destroy these enemies. Yeah. I have to get used to this button scheme. Again, it's a little weird compared to the GameCube controller. It's hard to explain. But also just because I'm used to the GameCube controller, so in that sense it feels foreign. Just inherently. Okay, I need to do one more time. Oh, nice. It's a bit cheap that they give you life like this, but I'll take it. And now I'll get more. So yeah, it's funny in Mario 64, water would actually replenish your health, but in this, obviously they can't do that, otherwise it'd be way too easy, because there's water everywhere. And at the time, the water looked really good graphically. It was like one of the best looking depictions of water, which is, and it's good that they focused on that, because this game is all about water, so... And that should be the end. Oh, whoops. Again, the controls. And, going back to what I said, I mean, you face this piranha, who I think is just PD Piranha, you face him, like, several more times in the game. Like, you reface a lot of the bosses that you come across. Like, there's a giant squid boss that you face constantly. And beat him in the exact same way, pretty much. So yeah, now they give you the option to go to a new level, which we'll be doing now. I think it's Rico Harbor. Oh no, it's just a boss. Or no, this will open up Rico Harbor. I'm pretty sure. Though I probably won't be able to stream it all. Like, I do plan on 100%ing all three of these games at some point. I mean, I might stream it if there's, like, interest. But I definitely want to just stream at least, like, maybe, like, 90 minutes of each game. Just so you can see kind of the quality of the port, plus just I can give some commentary about each game in case you're bored. Let's check out Rico Harbor. Oh no, this is just some blue coin exchange. This is a really fun way to traverse through the world. Just keep doing this. And actually you don't even, like, you could just do this repeatedly, which is funny. I remember when it came out, I would like traverse like this, just because it was kind of weird. But I think it's a bit faster if you jump as well. So like if you just do this. There's also like a cool slide mechanic that I'm not sure if the game itself actually teaches you. Let me do it real quick. First I gotta fill up my water. Okay. So basically what you do is you wet the ground and then you wet the ground and you dive. And it lets you slide like this. It's really cool. But yeah, let's go back to Bianco Hills. Actually, no, I think Rico Harbor is here, but on the side. Oh yeah. Yeah, because I remember it being here, so... Obviously, I'm showing a lot less of the game just because it takes longer to get shines in this game. Just because there's more story and there's... Yeah, it's just more involved. Yeah, so this is gonna be the blooper boss that you just face constantly throughout the game. Like probably 5 times. I like this level. For one, this is like a really cool callback to Super Mario World with the fences that you can punch to go around. So that was really cool at the time to have that reference. That was when like referencing old games was really like novel and really interesting because, you know, this was thought to be the future of Mario, like just this 3D style of Mario game. Then like when New Super Mario Bros. Came out, that was when they realized like, oh wait, like we kind of artificially abandoned the 2D Mario game when 64 came out, and we probably should have kind of kept that going. Like progression isn't linear in video games, where like once like the new tech comes out, like the old way of doing things is obsolete. Though I think a lot of gamers, quote unquote, kind of still believe that like the only way is forward or whatever. And they have like a very like old game is old mentality that isn't really true. I kind of forget where to go. Oh, okay, so it's all the way up there. Okay, I guess I just have to go back to the beginning, essentially. I think this, like, slightly increases your swimming speed. Though, there's a flood nozzle pack that allows you to swim very fast, like a turbo speed, which I think you unlock in this level. Okay, so yeah, you pretty much have to like do this obstacle course thingy. Oh no, this is not good. Okay, my depth perception was off a little bit. It's close though. Again, I don't have this game memorized, so I'm definitely going to struggle a bit more, unfortunately. But hopefully the stream remains entertaining anyway. Oh fuck. I'm trying to provide as much like information and context as possible, and kind of just my memories with each game. I'm less concerned about like the technical quality of these ports, because that's just not usually the way I think about games. But yeah. When was the last time I played Sunshine? A few years ago, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, when I 100% of the game for the first time, which was really brutal, and really it shows how flawed the game is if you go that route. Yeah, I don't know how long you've been watching, but yeah, I've been talking about how like the more you play the game, kind of the more its flaws show up. Like you can tell how rushed it is the more you play it. Wait, so where am I actually supposed to go? I can't remember. Let's see, how do you look? How do you look up? I guess you have to use the nozzle to look up. God, yeah, where am I supposed to go? Like, you would think you're supposed to just go near, like, the waist. I forgot what the preview looked like on the mission select. I really don't want to fall in, and I did. Yeah, because like clearly there's something here that you have to do, right? Yeah, if anyone from Gen Z was watching, they would be like, yeah, this guy's criticizing you, but doesn't even know what to do. He probably hasn't even played the game. I don't think anyone from Gen Z watches my streams, though, so we're good. We'll get into that fruit thing later, I think, and why it's so weird. Okay, I think I might have to go to that platform. So, do I just fall? How do you let go? Okay, so I can't see what's below me, and I don't know how to drop. Oh. Okay, that was kind of fucked up. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I think I have to land on that platform and then spray to bring out Blooper. I do like that when you're lower on health, Mario's like definitely weakened. You can tell in his voice. And I love the art style of this game in general. Like, this level looks awesome, in my opinion. Let's go underground. Yeah, this is like a quick way to get from place to place. Okay, I guess I didn't open that yet. Oh. But yeah, they made the wall jumping a lot easier in Sunshine. They actually took a page from Mega Man X, where like as you broach the wall, you're like sliding down, and it allows you to just wall jump off of it. Whereas with 64, wall jumping was like a very hard and precise thing to do. So that was a really cool change. Yeah, if you play Sunshine, you need to get used to this jump that I always like doing. I did a lot in 64 too, from the stream yesterday, where you just turn around and then jump. It's just like a way to quickly get air. Without needing a lot of space. Okay, let's see if I can do this. I forget how to drop already. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, it's still toxic that I can't see below me. Like, why is it like that? Is there anything to spray? Okay, this is sad. I'm just stuck here. I don't know what to do. Is there a way to exit the stage? No, there is. I think I need to see the preview again. Okay, it doesn't give me a great hint, but I'll go there. But yeah, the general traversal in this game is awesome. Like, it feels just great to control Mario. Which is always, you know, a really important thing. There. Fuck. I messed that up. Oh yeah, there's also like this weird spin jump thing. It's like when you spin and then jump. I'll just do this. Yeah, this is a common way for me to get up places. Wall jump and then just use the nozzle. Okay, so yeah, the preview kind of went this way. Oh, okay. Jesus, I'm dumb. This is a really good boss, though, the first time. Or even the first couple times, I'll say. How do you pull... I'm pressing it! Okay. It's pretty dark what Mario's doing. He's like literally just like removing limbs from a fucking jellyfish. I'm trying to say it even makes him a little unlikable at Mario for doing that. Yeah, I guess you can't grab it when it's flattened like that, which is weird, but yeah. No. Oh yeah, you can just do this straight up. You don't really have to tear off his limbs, I guess. But that's fucked up too, to be honest. What he just did there. Oh shit. Whoa. No, I dare say this rage is justified by the boss. Like, he didn't do anything to you. You're the one who took him out of that box. Oh, yeah, true. See, look at him. He's like wailing in pain. This game is messed up. I remember when Miyamoto, like, the story came out that Miyamoto was like, instead of James Bond killing the final boss, couldn't they just shake hands at the end? And people were like laughing, but I like secretly liked that idea. But where's that mentality when it came to this? Like, you're like brutalizing a jellyfish. Okay, let's go back to the hills of Bianco. Do, 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 do. Oh. Let me see if I can unlock the nozzle that can, like, take you up vertically. Because I think I might need that for this one. I don't know if you unlock it here, though. It should be the red nozzle pack. I don't see it. I need to remember how to actually get there. If I don't have that nozzle. I may have to come back when I unlock it. Oh no, no. This is fine. You just need to do this, I think. Got him. Oh shit. Yeah, you definitely have to look at the shadow on the ground to help with your jumps. I'm not using no damn Oh wait, maybe I have to. Gotta love those flat textures that you can really tell when it's in HD. Of the port or Sunshine in general, I mean, I think it looks really good. I always really liked the Sunshine aesthetic. Okay, so I'm glad we got to one of these. But these are the famous Floodless levels where they're pure platforming with this awesome acapella version of the Mario theme. And this was a tease because at the time, like, me and a lot of other people were like, why couldn't we have a game that's like just this, pretty much? Like, no flood pack, even though it was cool for just this game, but like, why couldn't we just have a game like this? And then they made that game essentially with Mario Galaxy, so that was really cool. Some of the later Floodless levels are annoying as shit. But this is basically a Fall Guys level. Again, I talked about it on the last stream. Like, that game totally stole from Mario. Not necessarily in a bad way, but like, it's so true. Oh shit. My first death. I love the horn at the end of that. It just like kicks you while you're down. It feels really bad to die in this game, which adds to the frustration of the later segments of the game. Typically, these flood levels really expose how flawed the camera is in the game. It gets pretty bad in some of the later ones. Oh shit. I have to press jump earlier. Like, I feel like there's like a slight delay. It might just be because of my stream window that I'm using to play the game. Oh shit. Did not mean to do that. Okay, I'm gonna go for it, baby. It's pretty funny how mid-dive you can still ground pound. That's the kind of flexibility this game has, control-wise. Oh no. I couldn't see properly. Okay, that was rather unfortunate. The analog stick feels a little different too, like on this. So it's not like it doesn't feel like the GameCube analog stick. So it's not just that I was doing poorly, which I was, but yeah. Let's try that again. Probably gonna do a couple more shines, because I've already been streaming for 1 hour 15, and I want this to be about 90 minutes like the last one. And again, I will be streaming Super Mario Galaxy tomorrow, and I will be uploading this to YouTube. Of course, you can watch the replay on Twitch as well, the archived version. I guess it's one of the appeals of the games that it is one of the more challenging Mario games, if not the hardest 3D Mario game, so... Oh, yeah, it definitely is, actually, now that I think about it, yeah. Sometimes in a bad way, sometimes in a good way, it's the most difficult. And I'm glad it exists, but I didn't want to remaster Mario Sunshine like this, even though like it's a solid remastering, I guess. What I really wanted was a remake where they actually like fixed the flaws of the game and like actually finish the game, possibly. Like that'd be easily worth $60 to me. Oh my god. Okay, I gotta focus. I wonder if anyone's ever died on this part. Okay, this part's annoying as shit. Especially because it blocks the camera sometimes. Like the blocks, like here. So... Okay, so jump early. Oh my god, I said it and I still didn't do it. It's not as simple as it looks, by the way. Just want to throw that out there. Okay, jump. Jump! Okay. Jesus. I wonder if you change it to the Japanese language version, if it actually says Shine Get. I should try that. Okay, I guess you can't change the language from here. I don't know if you saw, but yeah, this is like a neat trick you can do. That the game, I don't think it teaches you. But yeah, you wet the ground and then you can slide, like, until you get stopped like that. Okay, like, it's pretty weird that, like, you just have to do this boss battle over and over again to unlock stages, basically. Quiet Flood. Oh. Okay. I guess you just have to do it again for some reason. Like, we won't change anything. We'll just make you battle it a second time, essentially. Okay, so yeah, this stage introduces a pretty iconic enemy. It's like the one thing that is carried over to future games, and it's these like duck things that raise you into the air if you run into them. And it's actually based on an enemy that's kind of it's in the original Mario 64, but it's not designed like this. But it's in Wet Dry World, and it'll carry you, like, look at this. Yeah, like that. That was in Mario 64, but this design is much more iconic. It has carried over to future games. Like, they're in Mario Galaxy as well. I can't fully remember what to do on this mission. And I wasn't looking at the preview screen. I remember, yeah, this mirror looked cool on GameCube. And yeah, it's really cool that you can see one of the future levels in the horizon. Look, I'll show you. Yeah, like in the distance is the kind of theme park level. I think it's called like Pina Park or something, or Pina Park. Yeah, but see, look at this. Another cool way of like traversing through the world. This game just gives you a lot of like interesting mechanics to play with. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, this game has a very like Spanish influence, and they actually name the final world, like Bowser's world, like Corona Mountain, I think, which is cool. Though kind of means something else in these current times, but yeah. Whoa. That was pretty glitchy. God, I just can't remember what to do. Yeah. Like I wish I could kind of show more of this level, but again, since we're running out of time, I don't remember exactly what to do. Might not be able to finish the mission in time, but it is a level I like. In general, I like the worlds in this game. They're just so damn few of them. There's like 6 or something. We've already seen 3 of them. Whereas they're like 15 in Mario 64. Oh yeah, I love the Mario Sunshine soundtrack in general. We didn't get to one aspect of the game I wanted to get to, but yeah, there is Yoshi. He doesn't really play like Yoshi, and it's honestly kind of a weird mechanic where, like, you're supposed to, like, summon Yoshi by giving it the fruit that it wants, and then, like, its main attack is shooting fruit juice out of its mouth, which is an odd visual. And then if it touches water, it disappears, which is unfortunate. It leads to some pretty frustrating mission designs where they expect you to, like, use Yoshi to go over platforms, and if you fall, you go into the water and you have to do it all again. But, yeah. Do, 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 do. I'm hoping that one of these will open up the castle. I think I already did this route, but we'll see. Do, 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 do. What do you want, you bastard? Fuck you. Okay, so that nozzle is grayed out, but also gray. Must find castle. Alright, time for a wall jump special. Oh. Oh, actually, let me do that. Sweet. Do, 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 do. I'm sorry, Gen Z, I failed you. Do, 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 do. It's here somewhere. Like, I think it's one of those plants I have to water, but I don't know exactly where it is. Okay, how about we exit area, look at the preview, and then do it. That's probably what I should have done. Gelato Beach. Oh, it's literally the one that's like in the middle, that's like right in front. Of course, I missed that. It's not this, I don't think, but fuck it. Oh yeah, it's a pain in the ass to get the 100 coin shine in this level. Another Floodless stage. We'll end on this one. Do do do. I guess while I'm doing this, my final thoughts. I think the port is good. You have to get used to the changed button scheme, but otherwise, I think it's pretty solid. It looks exactly how you would want it to look. Keeps the original art while not being as jaggy, and I think the frame rate is more consistent. There aren't really any quality of life additions I've observed. But, I mean, it's just a way to play Mario Sunshine again, because this was getting up there in price. It's been like a $70 game recently, so... But yeah, that's how the stream will end. I will be streaming Mario Galaxy tomorrow. It'll be the third part of this 3-stream arc. The Redemption arc, as I'll call it. The Redemption of Mario. So yeah, thanks for watching the stream, and I'll see you tomorrow.